Alright, this is the SEO keyword explanations video. I sent you the PowerPoint slide as well. It probably won't have as much as my last one, so the video is definitely more important than this one. But so first I want to talk about how Google kind of wants to give you the best website possible. So in the minds of Google, when you search something, it literally wants to provide the most information at the highest authority possible. So if you search for local news, it's going to probably give you the most popular local news station in your city, because it's going to have mainly all content from businesses to crime to all that stuff going on locally. Plus, it's probably got a little bit more authority than other sites. It may have been around longer, or a couple other factors that I will get into a little bit later. So that's kind of how Google wants to. They want to give you exactly what you're looking for, but in the SEO world, that is, you can manipulate it a little bit. So that's why I'm here. Let's talk about age of domain first. The longer your domain has been active or been purchased, I guess, the more authority it has. So if you look at my limo idea again, you can see Overland Park Limo Service is in the map pack, and it's #1 here. Like I said in the previous video, that's been switching around all day. It just happens sometimes. If you look at Overland Park Limo Service, and I have, just if you want it, use SEO Quake. It's a little Chrome extension if you want it. Anyway, it shows the age of sites and a couple other things, but this site has been around since July 17th, 2013. It is by far the content authority. If you look at KC Limo, got some really nice pictures, nice pictures, no content. So that would be my first indication on why these guys might be dropping a little bit. But the thing they have going for them, May 20th, 2000. So this site is 13 years older than this one, which is why probably this keeps bouncing around, because Google wants to give the authority to the people that have been around longer, been in business longer. And that is the case. You'll find that the case everywhere. This is literally the only thing, mainly the only thing you cannot control in the SEO world. The longer a site has been around, the more authority that Google gives it. You just can't control that. But that's age. A little bit of a content refresher for you. I know I talked about it in the last video a little bit, but I'm going to show you this. Everybody knows who this guy is. Michael Jordan. You would think, oh, Nike's going to pop up, his shoes are going to pop up, something like that. And this is a little bit different in terms of stories and stuff. I don't really deal with that. But if you look at here, Wikipedia comes up. And if you see, look at all this content. Wikipedia has zero desire to do any SEO work, or I guarantee they've done absolutely none. But if you look at it, they are the content authority on Michael Jordan. If we go back here, Nike is not even on the first page. That's really funny. Last time I checked, Nike was bottom of the first page. had their shoes and stuff. But so yeah, and this is the case with a lot of things. I've never done this search before, but yeah, World War II, Wikipedia, they're the content authority on World War II. It's that simple. It kind of shows you how important the amount of content you have on your site is. Obviously, we will keyword optimize it. So we'll throw keywords that we want to rank for in our content, so we don't have to write, you know, thousands of words. But yeah, that shows you kind of how important that content is. And then let's go to backlinks. So in my SEO Quake little extension here, if you go over to this number shows 472 backlinks to kclimo.com. If we go over to this guy, Overland Park Limo Service, 468. So they're very equal. So what would determine who ranks higher? Well, Google takes age into account. They take content into account. And then they take backlinks into account. So because these are similar, it will go back to age and content for sure. But I will show you here. I'm going to pause this for a second. I had to pull up my little service here. I use a thing called Majestic. It's an SEO kind of software that I use, and it shows backlinks. So if I look at, and I'm not going to go into a ton of stuff with Majestic, but I wanted to show you this. Trust flow and citation flow. So essentially, Majestic is analyzing, just like Google does, the amount of backlinks and where your backlinks are coming from. Where they're coming from is important in trust flow. So the more authority a website has, the better the backlink is, and the more authority it gives to your website. So if, let's look at here, let's look at the backlinks. So this website is called under30ceo.com. Overland Park Limo Service has a link from them on under30ceo.com. If you look at this, trust flow 41, citation flow 39. So this website is pretty authoritative. If you wanted to see an example on authority websites, let's just look at Google real fast and I can show you. So Google's trust flow is 100. No website will ever get 100. Google is just Google, you know. But that kind of shows you how important trust flow is, I guess. If we go back here, so the more trust flow a website has, the more authoritative it is. Look at citation flow in comparison with trust flow. The more citation flow you have, the more backlinks you have that aren't necessarily authoritative. So essentially you want these two numbers to be equal, or you want trust flow to be a little bit of ahead. Like Google was 100, that's fine. But like let's see. So allfreethings.com. Trust flow is 23, citation flow is 31. So essentially it has more non-authoritative backlinks compared to how much authority the authoritative backlinks are giving it. So this is still pretty good metrics, I would say, but kind of the rule of thumb is you want these two numbers to be equal, or you want trust flow to be higher. This essentially is showing how much authority that website has. And then the backlink from this website is very important, because let's say you have a bunch of backlinks from websites that have metrics like this, 0 and 8. Your website is not going to have any trust flow. It's not going to have any authority, but it's going to have really high citation flow because you have a bunch of backlinks. So let's say they had 1,000 backlinks from this site that has 0 trust flow and 8 citation flow, versus 2 backlinks from 41 trust and 39 citation. These 2 backlinks are greater than these 100 backlinks, or whatever I said. I'm just trying to get across that all backlinks are not created equal. So let's see here. So this is actually kind of cool. Casey Limo, let me go to the root here. So their trust flow is 35 and their citation flow is 28. Overland Park Limo Service was 11 and 21. But because Overland Park Limo Service has great content, that overrules Casey Limo, because they don't have any content. They can backlink all day, but if you don't have any content, you're not going anywhere in the rankings. So that shows you how important content is. But I did want to get across that backlinking is also extremely important, because if Casey Limo didn't have any backlinks, they probably wouldn't be flipping 1 and 2 with Overland Park Limo, solely because they don't have any content. All of these things work hand in hand. It's not a one-time thing. In certain situations, very low populated areas, yeah, you can backlink without putting any content in, or vice versa, and have it work. But in a bigger area like Kansas City, Overland Park, everything works together. So just want to show you that trust flow essentially means how authoritative the website is. Citation flow is how authoritative those backlinks are to the website. So that's kind of the basics of backlinks. I know you'll probably have some questions on it that we can go over later, but that's kind of the basics that I'm trying to get across.